Yeah, so my name is Luke. I'm studying RS and psychology and biology. If I was to describe Downside in 3 words, that would probably be shaping. So I think a lot of the experiences you have within Downside really make who you are, especially given the kind of religious aspect of the school. Not being religious myself, I've found that even though I'm outside of that culture necessarily, it still is a massive part of your life, and it really helps you to kind of find what your values are and really determine who you are as a person. I think another one would be community. I think all throughout the school, everyone is really close, even like from the upper year to the very lowest. You get nice positive interactions in the corridors and stuff like that, and in your houses, there's a real sense of friendship and camaraderie amongst the whole school. And then lastly, I'd say probably active. I mean, Downside is what you make of it, so the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out. I think that there's lots of opportunity to get involved with loads of different aspects of the school. There's so many different clubs, there's different sports you can do. You'll never, if you want to be busy, you can be busy all day. There's lots of stuff to do. My favourite subject is probably RS. We do 3 modules in RS, so that's New Testament studies, ethics and philosophy. I find philosophy more interesting than anything I've ever studied. I'm really attracted to the kind of thought process that goes along with it. My favourite lunchtime food is probably fish and chip Friday. You can't really go wrong, and I like the sauce that you have with it. I'm in the first team, so I've been in the first team for 3 years. I'm now captaining it, so I do sessions for the boys that are in my team. So I'll put on recovery sessions, I'll have a captain's run through the day before a match, so there's loads of opportunity to get involved. We really encourage that everyone does rugby, obviously. I think that from doing sport, you develop so much more than just athleticism. There's a real sense of community within the sports teams. Each team is just as good as the next in terms of being involved. The boys in the first team will be better at rugby, but throughout the teams, throughout the school, there's that still element of participating and playing together, that you build relationships, you build friendships that will last you throughout your time at school, and past it as well. So yeah. When I came to the school in year 9, I was originally on a music scholarship. So throughout my time here, I've had free music tuition because my scholarships covered it. So alongside that as well, that means I've had to participate in the instrumental bands and the choir. And I've actually found those experiences really positive. Although I don't do so much of it now because my sport has taken over, my time in music has been really enjoyable. I think especially singing. I never did any choir or anything like that before I came here, and it's a very different experience. You sing in mass, which is, I think, sometimes quite beautiful, and I think the service at the end of the first term in Christmas is really something that Downside does, I think, better than any other school. It's amazing. The service is just so memorable. It's so enchanting. You get some amazing soloists to perform this year. We have a couple of students this year who have made it into youth choirs and stuff like that. And although I'm not involved with that anymore, it's still really nice to see, and it's been a big part of my life up until the 6th form. Okay, so we're in the sports hall now. A load of different activities happen here. So quite frequently the houses arrange times that they come in here. So I know in my boarding house, which is Smythe, we have something called Smythe-a-side. So we'll put together little groups of 5 to come and play football in here, and that happens on a Monday night. You can book at different times to come in here. A lot of cricket happens. I'm a sports scholar, so I've got one-to-one sessions with my coaches to kind of develop my rugby. In the first term, we have rugby, and that's probably the main sport of the first term. Alongside that, we've got football and swimming and cross-country and table tennis, I believe. The girls' sport in the first term is hockey, and the girls and boys matches are sometimes at different times so that we can watch each other, but usually they're on a Saturday. There are fixtures for all the sports, and then onto the second term, we have swimming again, cross country, and I do the gym in the second term because rugby is the first term, so I focus my attention more to kind of developing my athleticism in the second term. Most people choose football, or a lot of the girls do netball, but there's also health and well-being for the girls in the second term, which is similar to the gym. In the third term, we have cricket and swimming again, and badminton again, and then athletics. I do athletics in the third term, again, just to supplement my rugby, and anything I can be doing kind of around the sport is really what I try to do. So you have that option as well if you show promise in the sport. And then, yeah, the girls in the last term also have the option to do cricket, and a lot of them do tennis and athletics as well. I think the thing that I most enjoy about sixth form in terms of education is that you really find something that you're really interested in. I think especially in RS, I've like really grown towards the philosophy side of it. So I've done a lot of reading around that, and I've done a lot of reading around philosophy, which would probably shape what I go to do at uni. So across psychology and philosophy, I really found an interest in kind of criminal behaviour. I think especially now in the sixth form, with the prospect of the new sixth form centre, there's just a whole new level of independence from the rest of the school. I think some things that students worry about going into sixth form is that it's not going to be that much different from the rest of the school. But I haven't found that in my experience, you know, especially your relationship with your tutor. They really care what you do after school. They'll really be looking to nurture you into a decision on what you do with your future.